Hi, my name is Jen Moon, and I'm here to talk to you about photosynthesis. 3 billion years ago, the world was a vastly different place. There was very little oxygen in the environment, and early microbial respiration was anaerobic and fairly inefficient. Photosynthesis evolved a short time later, ultimately spewing its byproduct oxygen first into the water and then into the atmosphere. This was catastrophic for much of existing life, as oxygen is highly toxic. Of those that survived, however, the products of photosynthesis, oxygen and sugar, have shaped how life evolved ever since. So, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process by which sunlight energy is converted into chemical energy, like sugar. And only certain organisms, like most plants, protists, and bacteria, can do it. These organisms are called primary producers. Plants use the stored sugar during respiration to produce ATP and fuel for its cells. Of course, non-photosynthetic organisms, like you and I, can also benefit from the stored energy by eating the plant. Doesn't seem quite fair, does it? Photosynthesis and respiration are a great example of the flow of energy. Energy in sunlight is captured and stored into chemical energy. Chemical energy is broken down into inorganic molecules again by respiration. And the remaining energy stored by photosynthesis is released as heat. As such, energy moves from sunlight to producer to consumer to decomposer and is finally released as heat. So how does photosynthesis work? It's all about the electrons. Certain wavelengths of sunlight have energy to excite electrons in chlorophyll molecules and other pigmented molecules. And the energy from these excited electrons ultimately becomes stored. Here's how. Photosynthesis has 2 stages. In the first stage, light energy is captured into the chemical energy of ATP and the electron carrier, NADPH. Oxygen is a byproduct of this first stage. In the second stage, ATP and NADPH are used to convert inorganic carbon dioxide into sugar in a process called CO2 fixation, or the Calvin cycle. So there are 3 big points. Today, most life forms depend on energy from the sun, and photosynthesis is the only biological process that can harvest light energy. Photosynthesis produces carbohydrates by converting photoenergy of the sun into chemical energy. And finally, specifically, sunlight energy excites electrons in the pigments like chlorophyll, and the energy of these excited electrons is used to fix carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. So if you happen to be breathing or eating today, you have photosynthesis to thank.